Okay, children, the time now is 7 p.m. The time now is 7 p.m. All right, let's begin lesson. All right, so this is actually for the lower sec mathematics, sec 1, sec 2. If you're P6, welcome. If you're P5, even better. All right, because today's topic is talking about something very, very practical. All right, eventually you will be experiencing. All right, for example, next time when you grow up, you want to buy a car. Next time when you grow up, you want to buy a house. Right? Next time you grow up, you will be working for somebody. You'll be receiving something called overtime pay and etc. All right, so it's a very relevant topic. This one. All right. So down here, right, if you have something called your exercise book or your notebook with you, that would be excellent. Right, you can copy down some of the notes. If you have the worksheet printed out, again, it's not compulsory. All right, if you have the worksheet, it's good also, so that you can write in the answers with me. All right. Stationaries to make your worksheet a little bit brighter with more colors. All right, do it neatly. Okay, you can keep it as a set of notes for your revision. And of course, my favorite calculator. All right, my calculator's name is called Sally. All right, she is an amazing partner of mine. All right, don't tell my wife. Okay, and the last one is about your focus and attention. All right, I will need your focus and attention for the next 1.5 hours max. All right, let's try to finish a little bit earlier. Shall we? Let's go. All right, so just now got one student actively. Hey, Jocelyn, you're here. Oh, sorry, excited. All right, because excited to see names that I know, like Mingjun la, Jocelyn la, LS, the rest I don't don't really remember. I think I see Hannah this name before la. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben Ong. All right, Ben Ong, the lead teacher, the lead math teacher from 88 Tuition. All right. Yeah. Okay, come. So question 1 to 7 is about the family of Winnie the Pooh. Hey, Winnie the Pooh. La 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 Winnie the Pooh. Okay, sorry. All right, so down here, the first question is we are talking about something called hired purchase. All right. So hired purchase, right, is ultimately talking about purchasing an item, all right, whereby you use the bank assistant, all right, to allow you to buy a much more expensive item. All right. But knowing that, right, knowing that, of course, the bank is not your friend. The bank will definitely charge you something called interest, all right, in order to lend you the money. All right. So we have Winnie the Pooh. All right. So Winnie the Pooh wanted to buy a what? All right. Winnie the Pooh wanted to buy a honey truck. All right. So this is the honey truck. Oh my goodness. My drawing nice, right? Yeah. Right. So actually at the end of the year, I'm thinking of coming out with art class. Yeah. So if you're thinking of joining my art class, you can let me know, okay? Right. So Winnie bought a honey truck by something called hired purchase. The cash price of the honey truck was 83,500. All right. So if you have 83,500, you can actually buy the honey truck back home, and it's yours. All right. Of course, the art class is not free, lah, Hannah. Of course, I need to earn some money, right? How can it be free? My beautiful art. Come on, think about it. All right. No, lah, just kidding. All right. 88 Tuition do not have art classes yet. Okay. So the cash price of this honey truck is 83,500. Oh, what did we need to do? What did we need to do? All right. We need a dude actually, all right, paid a deposit. All right. So sometimes this word deposit can be the word down payment also. All right, so when you see the word DD, deposit down payment, all right, it means a initial amount that is given to the car dealer so that Winnie the Pooh can actually take the car or the truck home immediately. All right, so he paid a deposit of 9,500, a down payment, and the rest by monthly installment. All right, so of course he doesn't have the sum of the amount of money to buy the entire truck. So he's going by something called a monthly installment. All right, monthly installment means that every month he got to pay a certain amount of money. All right, and this one is calculated by the bank. All right, sometimes the monthly can be a little bit more, it can be a little bit less, depending. All right, so usually it's like the first month, something like that. First month, usually they will charge you a little bit higher. Then the rest of the month is the same amount. All right, so this first month, why is it a bit higher? Is because I think they are trying to calibrate a bit. right? Because not every month is like the same amount. It's very hard to calculate. So there's a lot of decimal place and all this. So they try to let you pay a little bit more on the first month so that it kind of get rid of all the decimal places so that the remaining months, right, you'll pay at the same price. Something like that. It's about calibration, right? I don't know what's the accounting term for that, right? Maybe LS can assist me. I don't know. So down here, right, he's going to pay something called a monthly installment, and the time period, all right, the time period is what? 9 1/4 years. So I'm just listing out all the information. I'm listing out all the information. And 9 1/4 can be written as 9.25 years, just to let you know. All right, because 1/4 is 0.25. Is that okay? And the bank charges an interest rate. Oh, there's a rate. What's the rate? Tell me. Rate is 2.5% per annum. Annum means what? This word annum means year, per year. Okay? So usually the bank charges something called a simple interest. All right? Simple interest. So what's the meaning of interest? I believe you've heard of this word before. All right? Interest means like the extra money that the bank charges you. Right? The extra money that the bank charges you. Why must the bank charge you the extra money? Again, you are borrowing money from the bank. Okay, so for example, this is you. You want to what? Take a loan. You want to take a loan. All right, of how much? All right, you want to take a loan of, let's say, $10,000. Right, from who? From the bank. All right, so the bank, for example, UOB, right, stand for what? I told you before, right? What does UOB stand for, right? Okay, better don't make funny names on Singapore Bank lah, huh? Not nice lah. Right, we use the word bank. Right, UOB stand for UO Bank lah. Ayah. Right, so the bank. Right, so you take a loan from the bank. Let's say $10,000. Right, the bank will lend you the $10,000. Thank you, bank. Right, but the bank is not going to do it for free. All right, so the bank charges. All right, charges and interest. All right, depending on what is the rate. All right, charges and interest. So that when they take back, right, when they take back, they will take back more than $10,000. All right, when they take back, they will take back more than $10,000. All right, so it depends on the interest. All right, so again, the bank is not your friend. The bank is what we call a financial institution that lends you the money. Okay, thank you, bank. But of course, you must pay them extra after that. All right, because they don't have an obligation to lend you. They lend you because you wanted it, and of course, they charge you for that. Okay? So down here, the question is talking about the interest he had to pay, just the interest. So in this type of situation for hired purchase, right, we are talking about something called the simple interest. All right, simple interest is given by a formula of P R T over 100. All right, the P actually represents the principal amount or the loan amount, how much you want to loan from the bank. R is the rate, right? What is the percentage? What is the rate that the bank charges you? And the T means the time. And the time must be in years format. Okay, that is called the interest. Okay, so what is happening? Remember the truck. The truck costs what? The truck costs 83,500. Winnie the Pooh already paid 9,500 already. All right. So how much did he borrow? How much did he loan from the bank? All right. He's taking a loan of how much? What's the loan amount? All right. Winnie the Pooh is taking a loan amount of how much? All right. Once again, the truck is 83,500. He already paid. He already paid the 9,500. All right. Telling the car dealer that he's interested. All right. And the remaining, right, he must borrow from the bank. So 83,500 minus 9,500, $75,000. $75,000 is the loan amount, right? Which is also called the principal. How much you are supposed to borrow from the bank. So guess what, children? Guess what? All you got to do is to put into your formula. Because the question is looking for interest, right? And this is the formula. So what is P? P is like the loan amount, the principal amount, which is what? You borrow 75,000 from the bank. The bank is not your friend, all right? The bank will charge you a 2.8%. 2.8% means 2.8% means what? Over 100. All right, times the time. What is the time period? The time period is 9.25. Can you see now? So all the information is on the right-hand side. And all you got to do is to press your calculator. All right. You will have to pay a 19,166 extra to the bank. All right. Because you borrow from them. And that will be your answer. All right. So how do you find simple interest? Remember the formula PRT over 100. P represents principal. How much are you going to loan from the bank? R is the rate in percent, all right, per year. That's what the question gives you. And T represents the time frame. When are you going to return the loan in full to the bank? All right, just plug in all the numbers correctly and you are good to go. All right, so that is the way to do it. Okay. All right, so this is just a portion, the simple interest portion. All right, so moving on, right, they're asking for something called installment. Then after that, they will ask you about something called hire purchase. One step at a time. So this simple interest, remember, is the extra money that the bank charges. Remember that this amount is the extra money the bank charges, 19,166. So what happened? How much do you owe the bank? Now, how much do you owe the bank? So total owe is what? Remember, you took a loan of how much? All right, you took a loan of 74,000. You took a loan of 74,000. This is the loan amount. All right. But there is a what? The bank is not your friend. They charges you an interest of what? Let me see. 19,166. 19,166. This is the interest. This is the extra. All right. This is the interest. This is the extra that the bank charges you. So total you owe the bank how much? Total you owe the bank 93,166. Huh? But here the car is only 83,500. Yeah lah. So don't borrow from bank lah. Just pay the car dealer 83,500 lah. Right? But do you have 83,500? You don't have. So you don't have. You got to. You either don't buy the car. All right. Forget about your honey truck, or you buy a cheaper car, or you borrow from the bank. All right. So many Singaporeans, they just I want. Yeah lah. One, then you have to pay for it lah. All right. Then you have to pay the bank for it. All right, because you're going to borrow money from them. All right. So again, children, when you grow up, right, not everything you want. All right. So sometimes you got to think further. All right. See whether can your salary or your income, can it sustain you or not? Oh, it's not everything you want, you buy. And also children, all right, because you're children, what? You're still getting money from your parents, right? Yeah. Please, not everything you want lah. Can help to think of your parents also. It's not easy. It's not easy out there. Okay, so anyway, you owe the bank what? A total of 93,166. And the question say what? The first installment, right? The first payment is 843. All right, over how many? 9 1/4 years. Oh, 9 1/4 years. But they are looking for what? They are looking for every month, right? That's why it's called a monthly installment, right? So 9 1/4 years actually means how many months? 9 1/4 times what? Times 12. That will give you how many months? You know why, right? 1 year got 12 months lah. All right, if your 1 year got 13 months, right, tell me. Well, I'll be so happy. All right, so you get a 1 months. All right, 1 months. All right, you have to pay over 111 months. I tell you, that is a long period of time. All right, it's like me paying for my house now. Oh, every day, every month bleeding. All right, because of the interest. Seriously. All right, so you must really have enough saving in order to sustain. All right. So 1 months. And the very first month is this amount. All right. This is the first month. All right. That means got how many remaining more months, huh? All right. So down here, right, your 93,166. This is the total that you owe the bank, right? You must less out the first 1 month first. All right. Less out the first month first. 843. Right, because this one is a first month thing, right? It might be different from the rest of the months, right? Because they say that the first month, I did told you, right? Sometimes the first month will be a little bit more expensive because of the decimal. They try to get rid of the decimals, right? So they charge you a bit more first, right? Then the subsequent month will be the same, right? And cheaper. So down here is 92323, and this 92323, you're supposed to split over how many months? All right, This 9